Hello, and welcome to Self-Sovereignty. In this episode, we're talking with Samantha Lander. Samantha is a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, a certified personal trainer, and a holistic lifestyle coach. Samantha's company, cfit.com, provides functional diagnostic nutrition information, performs food sensitivity testing, and includes a variety of transformational packages, including personal training, all designed to provide a natural, holistic approach to self-improvement. Samantha, thank you, and welcome to Self-Sovereignty.
Thanks for having me.
With self-sovereignty, one of the things that we focus on is helping people think through options for personal accountability, purpose, self-worth. And the interesting thing I found in speaking with you and looking at your website is really you take a natural, holistic approach that really yields a high clinical outcome. So I was hoping you can kind of walk us through those services that you provide, as well as your approach to meeting with a new client or customer.
Great. So when I get a client, or I'm introduced to a client, or someone comes to me, they typically are the classic scenario would be someone who has been to many doctors, and they eat right and they work out all the time and they're doing all the right things, but they're not getting any results. So the outcome of all their hard work is actually they're almost feeling worse. So they're feeling more fatigued, or they're putting on more weight, or their periods are super irregular. I have a lot of women. I do work with men for sure. I just happen to have a lot more women who I work with. Guys are more on the GI spectrum, but or if they have like chronic diarrhea or chronic constipation, those are like kind of my typical clients that I get quite a bit. So when I meet with them, I like to spend, a good chunk of time just getting to know them. So I do a discovery call, is what I call it. So it's a 45-minute discovery call. It's totally free and anybody can do it. And that's where I kind of investigate their health history, and I go through a very extensive background check on their health, basically. So I'll even start like if they were a C-section baby, or if they were breastfed or not. And then from there, I will, listen to everything that's gone on health related for them until where they are now, what got them where they are now, what their goals are, what they want to achieve working with me. And then I give them, suggestions as to like what the best plan going forward would be. Typically that's going to be running functional labs. So that's usually where I start. So food sensitivity testing, GI panels, like a comprehensive GI panel that tests everything under the sun in your poop. And then I would do a hormone and adrenal panel, which is going to look at your cortisol and all of your hormones, organic acids, your neurotransmitters. And they're all the best of the best labs. I double blind all my labs, and then I go from there. So you just got to start digging and figuring out what's going on. I don't know where it begins.
So it sounds like you're taking a very scientific approach as a foundation to building together a regimen or best practice approach for that individual based off of some of these situations, these ailments, sensitivities that they are experiencing when they come to you.
Yes, I do. I do functional labs, but everything I do, there's no medication or anything like that I use. Everything's with supplementation. We work on diet. We address exercise, as we talked about, you've mentioned. And we do supplementation, stress reduction. A lot of what I, describe as like the spokes on your wheel, some of them are bent right now, and we need to straighten them all out so you can ride the bike. And so it just kind of depends on what area. Everybody's an individual. There's no black and white answer. So I start with the labs and kind of go from there.
Okay, and can you describe, and I think that's what it is, what you call your Dress for Success program? Yeah.
So I always just kind of explain to people, like when you're working with me, it's a Dress for Success program. So diet, D. So we address the diet. We do, a full nutrition consult. Most of my clients do the food sensitivity test. So it's kind of like doing the elimination diet without having to play the guessing game. So we will, meal plan and do everything we need to do as far as the nutrition end of it, that was going to work the best for them and their family and their lifestyle. And that's where that kind of starts. And then we work on rest, getting to bed by 10 o'clock, or if they're not sleeping, we need to figure out why they're not sleeping and what we can do to help them sleep. And then, because it could be like their blood sugar spikes at night. It could be a parasite. It could be, just stress related. There's a lot of different things, they could be watching too much TV and drinking coffee before bed. And then, we will do exercise. So I'll talk to them about exercise. I am a personal trainer, so I have that background that I can add into it. So some of my clients, I will write workout programs. Some of them I'll do some Zoom workouts until they can kind of get on their own. Some will come train with me. Some know how to do it all, but we need to address what is going to be the most effective for them. So a lot of times when I see these clients, they're doing a ton of cardio and that's just adding more stress and making things worse. So sometimes I'll just take them off cardio and have them only do, lift weights, and then stress reduction. So we look at their life and work on stress reduction, and then supplementation. So that's where the supplement protocols come in.
And it's interesting because there's so much information out there about workout programs as well, different types of programs, as well as food. You hear red meat is great for you, and then you hear there's, the vegan diet is better for you, and fruits and vegetables, the pros and the cons. But how much is that is generic, and how much of it is really something that has to be dialed in for a specific person, for their specific body type, or also to achieve certain goals and objectives in their health and nutrition outlook?
I mean, everybody's a complete individual, so you have to go based off what's going to work for them, or what I know from like my knowledge base of working with people with nutrition. I don't really, when I get someone who comes in, a lot of people have tried, intermittent fasting or keto or whatever. So I really try to take them off any fad diet, and I go back to basics and try to just reset everything in the beginning. But if they have dietary, needs that we need to meet, then we'll do that in a way that's going to be effective for them. Some people are doing vegan, but they're eating a ton of soy, which is going to make things worse, not better. So we have to teach them how to eat, low carb in the afternoon, vegan. It just depends on their goals, but we just have to help them not eat all carbs or boxed vegan foods, and soy and stuff like that, and then address from there. But
and it's also interesting that you add the stress component to this. So everyone has a level of stress. Everyone responds differently to stress, and individuals have various levels of stress within their job. So that's kind of getting into more the emotional side of their overall health and well-being. And so taking that into consideration, as well as just, losing weight, having results through a workout, and then, over a period of time, they're right back in the gym again, because whatever it was that they were doing, they went back to old habits. And so you're really trying to transition them for the long term, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone I work with, they're all long programs that I do now. And my goal is I guide them. I don't ever say that like I kind of coach them into understanding why they're doing what they're doing and how it's a lifestyle change. So it's not something that they're going to do for 2 months and then be done with me. Like they'll have the tools to adjust to everything in their life, and they'll know when they're stressed out or something goes off, like haywire, 2 years after working with me, that they call me and they need to run a lab. Mm-hmm. Like they'll have that knowledge base and they'll be in tune enough to know what's going on. And I actually saw a lot of that like come full circle when the vaccine. Now, I'm not an anti-vax or whatever. I don't even want to get into that part, but that's not where I'm bringing this up. But I'm bringing it up is the vaccine did cause a lot of my old clients, their old health, whatever the health concerns or the things that we addressed, like GI stuff or a hormone like estrogen dominance, they got the vaccine, and that stress response from the vaccine flared them up so great that all their old symptoms came back, but they were able to be in tune enough to call me and say, okay, something's going on. So I think that as you progress and work with me, you learn, like, you're very in tune with your body, and you like detoxed, and you have so many like toxic free products, and you're living a pretty clean life overall, that any little thing can definitely be a disruptor. So, and I think some people, they're like, I'm not even stressed out, I'm good. And I think that, they just have a very strong genetic adaptation to how they handle stress, or they've never stopped to actually let their body like have a response to it.
And what's nice and refreshing is that when somebody calls you back in and they want to get back in touch with you because of that, you're going back to the lab work. You're going back to the science to really understand, how has your body changed? Where are you at now? And what do we need to do from there to get you back in balance the way you need to be, or the way that you were, as opposed to just saying, yeah, let's meet at the gym kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I also know, just kind of going through your website, you also provide services as needed, like helping with food planning, meal planning, just to kind of augment some of the other.
Oh, I'll go in your house and I'll throw all the shit out.
Oh my God.
You better watch out, because I will put in the trash bags.
Wow.
Yeah, but some people, it's like they don't know what to even go get at the grocery store, and so if they need me to, we set up a consult or session, and we just go meet at the grocery if they're in town. I guess I will do that. Yeah. I'll do whatever I have to do. I mean,
that's awesome, because I know that's my case. I mean, I get into a regimen of the same food, but I think it's good for me. I don't know. It's what you think you've read and understand to be healthy, or so maybe a lot of red meats for a while, and then you read something that says, oh, red meat's bad for you, so you dial it back.
Sounds like you should book a discovery call.
Yeah, I might have to do that after this, right?
All right.
So your clients are located where? Just all over? You meet with clients online?
Yeah, my mom, all over, nationwide. I got one even in Hong Kong. My mom yesterday was like, so how's the snow day? It's, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Mom, I worked. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I'm online, man. No, there's no rest when you're nationwide.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if you get a break when anybody does now, because Zoom is there.
Yeah, actually, and that's one of the changes, or maybe even the benefits of the whole COVID thing is we are now able to do so much more remotely, that we didn't think that we could do, and it gives you more time to really achieve more, to branch out and find more information. And you're not limited to meeting with individuals within your area or whatever. Anyone that is looking for somebody that has your level of experience can work with you remotely, which is awesome. As far as taking on a new client, what's that first regimen look like? Is that a 6-week program, 12-week program, just to kind of start with the lab work, and then putting together overall fitness program and approach and nutritional program? Can you kind of walk us through what that looks like?
So once you sign up to work with me?
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, it depends on the labs that my client decides to run, but they get an extensive amount of intake forms, which are kind of a pain. And a whole like online portal where we keep track of everything. So we have like our little like safe space where we can communicate, and I can put all the labs and protocols. And then so what I do then is they get the test kit. So that's where we start, is with the testing, because I kind of test, don't guess. So they get the kits, and then as the results start coming in, we start doing consults, and we meet with each other. And I don't have a ton of people that I do my exercise stuff like with them that work with me. I mean, I have a couple, like my biggest package, you're going to get 20 sessions with me, And I usually, sometimes I'll throw in like workouts, monthly workouts with that package if I feel like the client needs it as like an extra bonus. But with the biggest one, you get a lot of coaching sessions, and you'll probably work with me for about a year. The other two, it's usually, 6 months to 10 months probably you're working with me, but a lot of people will buy more sessions or go into a monthly like membership, so they can still get like a like accountability check-in once a month, just to make sure they're on point and that things aren't slipping, because it takes a really long time. A lot of it's gut, like, so a lot of the issues that I deal with, it stems from the gut, so it can take, it takes a really long time to heal the gut. It's not something that happens overnight.
And so first step is, you said it was a 45-minute consultation, just a one-on-one, just to kind of understand what's going on, make sure it's the right fit. What's the best way for somebody to get a hold of you then, to get in touch with you? Is it through your website?
So probably 3 different ways you could do it. I am all over social media. So my Instagram is CFit Living. So like SEEFIT, and then living. Some people put like C. So it's like not the letter C, it's CFit. So SEEFIT.
Okay.
So it's CFit Living. And then you can go to my link tree on there. There's a link on there. You can go and book whatever you want to book with me there. And then I have my website, which is www.cfitpt.com, which is again SEEFIT PT. And then on Samantha Lander or CFit on Facebook.
Awesome. All right.
Are all great ways.
Perfect. And I really appreciate you taking time to meet with us today and talk through your services, capabilities, what you provide for your clients. Any closing thoughts or any other additional information you want to share before we wrap up?
My biggest suggestion is listen to your gut. So typically you'll know if you don't feel good, and I wouldn't ignore it. And if you feel like you've tried everything, just don't give up on your health, like ever. Nobody, I just remember thinking, I just want one good day. And then like all of a sudden I'd have like, oh my God, I felt good for like 3 days. And then now it's like, oh, I felt bad one day. So it's like flipped. So, sometimes it's not just going to the doctor, sometimes it's taking alternative routes, but just, you deserve to feel good. And it impacts everything. I mean, your body, your mental, emotional, how you are with your family, your friends. So if you don't feel good, it's really hard. It was hard for me to function on a daily basis when I was sick.
Awesome.
For sure.
Awesome. All right. Again, Samantha, thank you so much for talking with us this afternoon. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.